Yo, what up? So here's another video where I talk about my experience working on Anime Crimes Division with RocketJump, and this time we're going to focus on episode 2. But before we get started, I actually forgot to address this in the previous video. I get asked this a lot as to how I got cast in the show in the first place. Did I audition? Like what? How did that happen? I actually did not audition. At Crunchyroll Expo earlier this year, Freddie and I did a panel together called Dubs versus Subs, and it was a lot of fun. And before that, we were like, like Twitter mutuals, and like we had not met yet, but we were aware of each other. And so before the panel started, he actually said to me, "We have something with you in mind in October, so would you be down for that?" And I was like, "Hey, whatever, man. Like, yes, I'd be down." So we did the panel. It was a lot of fun. Got to talk with him a couple times throughout the con, and yeah, we swapped numbers, and that was it. And then I went back and kind of forgot about it until I got a text from him that was like, "Hey, we're doing it." And I was like, "Oh shit, that thing, yeah." Because he didn't tell me what it was. He just said that there was something. So I thought it was gonna be like a one-off video or something like that. But nope, it was a straight up series. And he emailed me the scripts and was like, "Would you be down?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I did not hesitate. Which was crazy because I had like 2 conventions going on, I think like around exactly the same time. So it was kind of insane scheduling for me, like in terms of busyness, but it was totally worth it. So yeah, I flew out there, we shot it in about 5 days, and then I went right back, and that was an insane week. And that's how I got the part. This scene with the underground Yu-Gi-Oh game was a lot of fun, getting to film with Jimmy and Josh. This was day 2 of the shoot, and so this was maybe the second scene we did that day. And it was also the second scene I had with Riley. Speaking of Riley, I found out during one of the lunches that she, in her youth, played Neopets, and not only did she play Neopets, she stole people's pets using, like, fishing and shit. Some devious ass shit, Riley. Calling you out right there. You were a devious preteen. Yeah, that's some diabolical shit. So yeah, she plays a squeaky clean Diesel in this, but man, she had a dark backstory. But I also really enjoy doing this scene because it takes place after episode 1, so Diesel and Joe are like, "Yeah, we're a team," and they get to do like, "Haha, we gotcha," which actually we had not filmed the introduction scenes with them yet, but it was like getting to do that first Subber hideout scene, and then now getting to do like a working together scene. It felt like a nice progression, even though we filmed everything out of order. That card that I play was just a green screen sort of labeled there. So getting to see the photo there was a treat when I saw the final version. That's actually a photo that we took on the last day. In episode 1, the little eye catch where I'm in jail, and that judge picture, those were just random snapshots that Freddie took. We just went around different sets and just did different poses and stuff. And so I was glad to see it utilized as the card. I got to do a lot of physical, violent stuff, which was a lot of fun to do. When I slammed Jimmy's head there, he's doing most of the action. Like, I was like really worried. I didn't want to like hurt him, so I was just like, "You make it look convincing. I'll like shake you, but the head slamming is him." This flashback scene that I recorded with Young Mills was the first scene I shot on day 2, and that was a lot of fun. The kid was super cute, kind of like a little shy at first, but once he realized I was just kind of a big nerd, he started really like almost wouldn't stop talking, which was really cute. He was like, "Yeah, like I play Yu-Gi-Oh before, and this is a rare card, but I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore," because kids have to be like, "Oh, it's not cool anymore." Which for me, I'm like, I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh, kid. So I tried to make him feel comfortable. I would just in between like takes, I would like just talk. "Hey, what shows do you like? Do you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh?" And we got along pretty well, so I think he had a very positive experience. And it was a really fun contrast, like trying to make him comfortable between takes and just like, you know, being friendly and talking about stuff. And then as soon as the camera rolls, just fuck you, kid. Just being completely stone-faced cold to him, stealing his card. Yeah, so working with the kid was really fun. The line, "It's better than what I'm told sex is like."
The thrill of playing for keeps. Nothing comes close. It's better than what I'm told sex is like.
I've heard enough.
Was one of the few times I broke that entire week. That's just a goddamn good line. And it didn't help that the crew was also laughing too. Sometimes I would like notice that a crew member was like trying not to laugh, and that would only exacerbate things. And then this scene where I throw Jimmy off the table, well, one of the takes, if you watch the behind the scenes, the table collapsed. But actually, one of the crew had a crash mat in his car. So, because I guess Freddy wanted it to look more dramatic, so they put a crash mat out. And actually, Freddy is underneath the table, pushing it so that the table falls over, and they just painted him out. And the table also got kind of close to Jimmy's head on that take. So right when that take cuts, I'm like, oh shit, they like cut right before my face changed. Because I was like, damn. The scene in the bar is my favorite scene that we shot of the entire thing. Getting to play sort of a depressed, drunken version of Joe was a lot of fun. And then the scene where I try to open the Ramune bottle. We did a couple takes. And then Freddy was like, I want you to stay in this position and not get out of that position and try to open it like that. Which, if you've ever opened a Ramune bottle, it is very not easy to do, actually. Even if you're standing upright. Like, getting that marble down is kind of a bitch. So, I'm going like this. And he was like, doesn't matter how long it takes. I start doing it. You know, acting like that I can't open it at first, right? And then I start trying to open it, and I can't fucking do it. But I stayed in character, and so I stayed in character the entire time, even though I'm genuinely struggling with it. Finally, I just had it on top, and I just slam it, and got it open, and it turned out, I think, beautifully. That scene got the biggest laugh out of the crew of the whole shoot. And I'm glad that it was there in all its unedited glory. I also cut my hand a little bit, slamming that bottle, so basically what I'm saying is I'm a fucking badass. So the scene with Mills, played by Motoki, and Riley, who they both nail this scene. What I remember the most about it is that was day 3, and that was pretty much the whole day was for that, all the stuff with them in that big sort of casino area. And one thing I will say about being on a film set, at least for me, you sweat a lot because lights are on you and just usually you're wearing a costume or something. I think they learned to like give me lighter clothing as it went on because man, it gets hot sometimes. But what I remember about this day is that while Riley and Motoki were doing their scenes, the stuff that I wasn't in, I was in a separate room because I come in and do my big entrance, like getting caught in the curtain or whatever. But behind that curtain was a really well air-conditioned room. Just like this, it was like a living room set. And so I just was in there, enjoying that nice cold air, going through my script, trying to memorize this big monologue which got cut from the episode. So but that's fine. I still was happy that I memorized it. It was heaven being in that air-conditioned room, and also just getting to chill. Because all the crew and all the cast were in that other area right next door, and I was just in there going, this is nice. And speaking of sweating, kudos to makeup and costuming. They are invaluable parts of a film crew. Makeup is always there at the beginning to make you look nice, and then constantly throughout the shoot, they would come in, do last looks before camera would roll. You know, make sure you're not too sweaty or too whatever, because you know. Especially in some scenes, like, you know, you get sweaty, so makeup was like a huge lifesaver, and costuming was so nice too, with choosing the outfits and giving me some breathable outfits as the shoot went on. Yeah, makeup and costuming rule. And also related to that scene, sitting in that room with the air conditioning, on a film shoot, there's a lot of waiting around, because you know they gotta do lighting, they gotta set up shots or whatever. Usually you'll go in, rehearse a scene, and they'll rehearse the shots, and then you'll leave and just, well, for me, like, look over the script over and over, basically. But basically just wait until it's ready to shoot, and then once they figure out all the lighting and all the shots, you come in, and they fucking nail it. Like, one of the greatest pleasures I had doing this film shoot was getting to see how these consummate professionals would just fucking nail their jobs, make the process so smooth for the actors. Man, like, it's a really well-oiled machine over there. So getting to see all these different crew members do their jobs so well was a privilege. I remember this shot here, pulling up the card. I just kind of instinctually would do this, kind of look at it while I was going up. But Freddie was like, that was really funny. But then I became self-conscious of it. Like, I started to like see myself doing it, and that internal image in a couple takes after that made me crack. So there was a lot of cracking in this episode. And then this last scene here was shot on the last day, actually. The bar scene earlier and this scene were shot basically back to back. And at this point, we had shot so many scenes together that it really did feel like kind of like a camaraderie at the end there, laughing together in that ramen bar set. It was a nice scene to shoot on the last day, especially with all the intense stuff that would happen later. But that's for episode 3. And that's my experience with episode 2. One more video coming up. I'll talk about my thoughts on episode 3. And yeah, so thanks for watching. And if you haven't seen Anime Crimes Division, why did you watch this video? Go watch it right now on RocketJump's channel, you turkey. Link is in the description below. Or go watch it again. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you.